Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just want to say I appreciate you all. I appreciate you all so much for being here, for coming in and being supportive of me as I started this new venture. I thank you so much. So please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as well as share my videos so that other people can come in and enjoy this perspective of mine as well. I hope that it's a good one as we are going to go in and I'm going to try to explain kind of some stuff that's happening in these moments. So we start off with Kyle and Sutton together. They go over to the house that Sutton is, Sutton is getting her home done, excuse me, and everything. Um, oh, wait, sorry. This is Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 11, episode 15, The Dinner Party from Hell, part 2. Okay, now that I said that, we're at Sutton's new house. I'll be honest. The house is large. I don't get it. Sutton is like in her 50s. I want to say. I don't want to age her. She's either in her 40s or 50s. I think most of these women on this show is in their 40s or 50s. And you're alone in this large house. It's 4 bedrooms, 5 bath. I think it was like 5 point something $1 million. Um, let's be real. It's not that. Oh wait, but no, they said I think Sutton has two other kids. I know she got her oldest daughter. That's I think her oldest is just now 18. Never mind, never mind. Sutton, girl, you got the house for you and your kids. Have at it, girl. Never mind, y'all. I was off, but I guess I don't think about Sutton having kids because you never see her children. We just saw her daughter that first time. So you never see her kids. I almost forgot she had them. Okay, but they're in the backyard. The backyard looks beautiful though. The way that the little rock thing that Sun was sitting on, I love that. I thought that was beautiful. Now I do think Sun can still do some things with how she decorates, but that back area was cute. She and Kyle are sitting and they're talking about basically again Sutton not really buying what Erica is selling, and this is what I'm gonna need Sutton to do. I appreciate Sutton for trying to have class when she talks, or trying to have some level of a buffer when she's talking to Erica. But I'm just gonna need her just stop talking to Cal and them in the way that you're talking to them because they want you to have that rah rah energy there as well. And my thing is, Sutton is saying the same thing. Her messaging, and her message has not changed. Her delivery is what shifts. And a lot of what these women can understand is a shift in delivery because there's an appropriate way to deliver a message in certain settings. And some people can't give that. Some people are like, give me that same energy you gave last time. And it's kind of like, well, I was talking to you, girl. This woman is sitting over here in her mood. So I'm trying to be like a little bit, I'm going to say the same thing, but golly, but they can't handle it. But anyway, Sutton, stop talking to them. Talk to Garcelle. Talk to Garcelle. And call it a day. But yeah, that's that. But then we go to the Reed. The Reed is talking to PK, and she was wondering like, is her business, this new business venture, is it the good fit? Is it a right fit for she and her family? We see the dresses. I want to say beautiful job, Dorit. Dorit, I have my issues here and there with Dorit, but she's a wonderful designer. The dresses were beautiful. Um, I'm pretty sure the fabric was high as all get out, but it was gorgeous. The dress I liked the most. I almost want to say I like the one that had the pearls on it, that very very first dress that she wore, and I feel like I like that one better because like she was talking about how with wedding dresses she wish she had a little something extra, a little va va boom, a lot of this, a lot of that. I feel like that dress gave it. Um, I think my next favorite dress was the one that had it had like the like the big skirt portion, and but it was like kind of slim in front. That probably was the second dress. The last dress she wore looks just like a regular dress you could have got from the store. The one that had like I think it had a long sleeve on one arm. I don't think it had a sleeve on the other. I don't think it did. But that last dress, I was just like, girl, that's a plain dress. Like I could have bought that out the store and pranced around that in the house. But PK helped name the dresses, and they're having these conversations. It's just talking. I don't think they talked about the Sutton stuff there. I know Kyle and Mauricio did a little bit though. Yeah, but anyway, so Crystal. Wait. So I think before Crystal, then I think Kyle and Mauricio had celebrated their anniversary. Either that happened after Crystal or before. I want to say it happened before. But first off, Mauricio is a handsome man, very handsome. He's like the best looking man on Beverly Hills. Um, and I will say for sure that what he did for his wife was a beautiful thing. I hope a lot of men can take and learn from something like this. You have to know what your partner likes, and I think that's one thing Mauricio does well with Kyle is he know what she likes. Um, and we could talk about that through the love languages. So let's go ahead and talk about the love languages. There are 5 love languages. You have words of affirmation, um, touch, um, words of affirmation, physical touch, gifts, or gifts, acts of service, and the other one is like I want to say it's like just being in the space. Like I think it's being in the same space as someone. Um, Darn it, now I gotta look it up. Hold hold up, I gotta look that up because that's sad. A psychologist that don't know, I'd have missed out. What are they? What are they? Quality time. That's what it is. Quality time. I was close. I was close. Don't judge me. It's quality time. Uh, and a lot of time, if you look at that scene, that tells you what Cal's love language is. Only thing Mauricio did was basically set up everything. He had the champagne. I remember him sipping champagne and things of that nature, and he was talking to her. That lets me know that Kyle's love language is more than likely quality time. She just liked the time spent. It doesn't even matter about the gifts. It's about the fact that he's spending time with her. He thought enough of her and his relationship with her that he wants to spend time with her. And if you think about how Cal is with her immediate family, her husband and her children, she always talks about how they, spend time together. So it leads me to believe hers is quality time. Um, when I think about Mauricio, um, he has been a little bit like, even though attentive, I've seen him be very sexual with Cal in certain ways. So I'll say physical touch is his love language. Um, Potentially, or it may be a tie between physical touch and quality time. I know, like if you think about New Jersey, Joe, what's their last name? The one that's married to Melissa, Joe Gorga. Physical touch is definitely his love language. Physical touch all day long. So anyway, it's important to know a person's love language. So if a person likes quality time, they're not saying that they need you up under them all the time. They just want you around. If a person likes physical touch, they just have a person show them that you love them. You want to touch on them. You want to be there for them. Give them some physical attention. Acts of service. This person is turned on by you just washing the dishes, cleaning up the kitchen, buying gifts. You get what you want if you give a gift. And words of affirmation, that's my love language. I love words of affirmation. That's me, that's someone telling me how they have done, like, how good I have, in a sense, not been, but kind of acknowledging the good stuff that I've done. Charles, you work so hard. Charles, you're so this, you're that. Like, that gives me my that makes me want to lay down with you. But also, what people need to learn is their apology languages as well. So for anyone that's watching this video, whenever you do your love language, also search your apology language because there is a such thing as an apology language. The way that a person can apologize to me out the apology languages is taking responsibility. So y'all take y'all time and look at that. I'm sorry, I know I just like went off talking about something else, but that's what I saw in that scene, and they did talk a little bit about the Sutton and Erica situation in Erica and in general, And what I will say is this, like Mauricio said, we hope that she had nothing to do with it, but if she did, like that's not a good thing. So we're just gonna move on. Is my camera clear? Do I need to turn my whatever? So Crystal, she invites Kathy. Yep, excuse me, Kathy Erica Garcelle. I think it was Kathy Erica Garcelle. Cal may have been there. I'm sorry that I'm tired, y'all. I've been working like crazy. I'm studying for my licensing exam again and all this stuff. I got a lot happening, but I think they're all over there and they're talking, just enjoying each other's time. And Sutton comes up, and of course, all the ladies got something to say. And I'll even tell you this, Crystal. I know that Crystal and Sutton had their issue, but I honestly did not like how Crystal was talking about Sutton in this scene. It didn't feel like it was based on an experience. It felt almost very mean girl, like I'm trying to fit in with the group. It did not feel good to me. I did not like that. I said, now don't get it wrong with Sutton and Crystal was going at it, and they was trying to have their understandings about this and that. I don't worry, I got it, but it was almost like at that point Crystal was responding, but sitting around at that table, she don't even know Sutton that well. That really threw me off. That threw me for a complete loop. I didn't like it. But I was happy that Garcelle sat there and Garcelle was like, I see her as quirky, I see her as funny. Garcelle took up for her. Garcelle is a friend that you want to have. I know we didn't see that whole scene, but I know me sitting down and hearing people talk about my friend, I definitely would say things in their defense as well or describe them the complete opposite. Because see, what you have to understand is we're on camera. You're sitting here talking about her in this way on camera, which now means that people are going to start thinking this is who she is. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say other things about her on camera that are good to kind of help balance out that vibe, because you're not going to do that to my friend. So I appreciate Garcelle for that. And then Kathy invites them over for dinner. Kathy is super duper rich. I think Kathy is worth like 350 mil somewhere in there. I mean, we're talking about the Hilton Hotel, honey. And I think that was something that Erica said. I think that was, did Erica say that? Where she was like, Kathy, we talking about the Hilton Hotel. She's not worried about her reputation, so who cares about Sutton Strack? And I like how Garcelle came back and said, Crystal, like, I knew who her husband was, but I didn't know her until I met her. Like, girl, just because I go to the same country club and the people you hang with ain't talking about her, don't mean nobody know her. Like, come on now, if y'all go to the same country club, somebody know her in there. Yes, Kathy Hilton has a better way of dealing with these situations because Kathy Hilton has had to deal with this stuff all her life. Sutton Strack has not had to always deal with this all her life, so it's new for her. How do I, maneuver in these situations? Because I don't want to be associated with crap. Kathy know how to roll. She know how to sit there, look at the mud, see it, lay out her red carpet, and walk over it. Sutton don't know how to do that yet. A lot of these women don't. They don't know how to do it. So I get where Kathy is coming from. Like, your reputation isn't going to be ruined, but there's also a such thing as guilt by association. We've all heard that saying, "Birds of a feather flock together." That's just like I sit here and call you a hoe, and just because I said you're a hoe, people gonna start thinking your friend a hoe that's hanging with you, and that may be a wholesome virgin. But people gonna say, "Oh, she must be a hoe too, cause look at who she hang with. Ooh, them just some fast girls." I remember being, y'all, I swear, I was 16, and there was a group of us. I had a friends, a couple of my friends were 18, some were 17, was like 16 to 18, was on that range, and some guys had an issue with like one of my friends, and they called us the AIDS group. They said we all had AIDS. 16. I'm like, what do you mean the AIDS group? Like, you know, but just because of who I was friends with, and my friends, no, they didn't have it or whatever, but that was kind of like a way to get at gay people. But I'm just kind of like, really, the AIDS group? So in a way, I see where something coming from. Anyway, so they go to the house, and Kathy has her butlers and everything like that. They all in the living room coming in. Everyone is greeting one another, doing the pleasantries. He's serving around cheese balls and things like that. It was real fancy. And Dorit was like, I feel like I'm in my element. Look, girl, anybody who's sitting on a couch, anybody sitting on a couch with somebody who got real money like that, who can have butlers like that. Oh yeah, we gonna feel we in our element. Yes, baby, this house supposed to live every day. Yeah, this is me, right? But girl, it ain't you. But I do understand you, girl. I would have felt like I was in my element too. I mean, come on now, y'all with the big dogs. But anyway, so leave. We go from there. They go to the table. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't like the way that the table was set. Those big old candlesticks that was $959 a piece. Look, I feel like rich people sometimes just buy stuff. No, just because of the name. They don't care how ugly it is. It's just because of the name that's on there. And I'm like, that was tacky. It looks really, really tacky. It was not. I could have made a better table from the dollar store, but it is what it is. So they're sitting at the table, and well, before everybody sits down, Sutton taps Erica because it was discussed between Kyle and Sutton that Sutton should be the one to talk to Erica about it, be honest, and put everything out there. But Erica basically was like, I have nothing to say to you. Your opinion doesn't matter to me. Done. Walk off. Is that a bad thing? I'm not gonna say it's a problem. If I don't want to deal with somebody, I don't want to deal with you either. Like it is what it is, right? So she goes to the bathroom, everything. Everybody comes back, sit at the table, and Dorit wants to talk to Garcelle, and she starts to get into the conversation a little bit. And Kathy says, basically, let's be quiet, let's enjoy our dinner first. I think that was a great move with Kathy because the thing is, a lot of these dinner scenes, no matter what Housewives franchise you look at, they don't even get to eat because they so busy arguing at the table. Like, shut up, let's eat our food first. I'm hungry. So Kathy started out good, but then here comes Lisa Renna. Ring, 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 ringing the bell because she done had two drinks, and now she's saying she not loud. But look, I'm sorry, I just gotta say this. She get on my nerve every time she lean back and kick that leg out. It's like, are you now saying that okay, I've had two drinks, so now I can act irresponsibly? If you have enough wherewithal to say I've had two drinks, so now I'm not responsible for whatever I do, you are still responsible for what you do because you have enough of this to know, hey, I'm having too much. Hey, this is too much for me. Hey, this is enough. The fact that you keep going, that's what makes you even more responsible now because you kept going when you know that you had too much. Yep. So anyway, we're at the table and she want to do this thing where I'm gonna hand you the bill. If I give you the bill, then you can talk out your problem and say what you got to say. Kathy, this was your moment at your house to tell Lisa Renna, zip it up. We're gonna eat our dinner first. That's what she should have did. But instead, she let them go ahead and do it. So she gives it to Sutton. I'm gonna start with Sutton, and that was her being messy because she know that Sutton and Erica have an issue and they seem right by each other. Sutton goes into saying, I was gonna, everyone knows that it's tension between me and Erica. I was gonna address it, but she said she didn't want to hear anything that I had to say. And here go, I said that your opinion didn't matter. Girl, it's all the same thing. You don't want to hear what I got to say. It's all the same thing. Why does it matter how you said it? It's the same thing. The message was the same. You don't really want to hear me talk. So every time Sutton tries to say something, Erica barks. I mean, she's just and Kyle decides she wants to jump in here. Sutton, you're not being honest. Sutton, just say what you say because that's not. And it's like, Kyle, let's be real here. Erica's not giving a woman time to say a word. Erica's barking at her every time she tries to open her mouth and say something. Here come Erica say something else. I could see how Sutton could get sidetracked. I would get sidetracked if I'm trying to explain something to you and you keep barking at me. I'm trying to explain and you keep barking at me. At some point I'm gonna stop worrying about trying to say this to you, and I'm gonna say something else to you too. Now see me Sutton going, Sutton, me and Sutton going a different direction. I'm a professional. I handle myself well, but there's only so much I can take. And I probably be like, girl, let me get up from this table because I need to walk somewhere else because if I don't, me and you gonna have a problem, okay? So you might want to stop talking to me like that. Like, see, that would have been me. Don't talk to me like that. See, Sutton was like, don't Erica, don't talk to me that way. That wouldn't have been me. No, ma'am. Say something else to me crazy like that, and you gonna see what we could do. You might want to back up. Like that's me. But that's just me. Me and Seth, we different people. But anyway, um, So as they are doing this, Cal done jumped in and said what she has to do, whatever, Cal. And so suddenly her confessional is like shocked at Kyle, but also now she see Kyle. Girl, I saw Kyle a while ago. I wish you would have seen it too, but it is what it is. Okay. So Dorit hops in, and Dorit is basically just like, finally saying what she really wants to say. With, it's difficult to believe what Erica said. Like Sutton said, the story changed. You told them about him breaking his ankle, and now you're saying that he drove off of a cliff. And one part of the story, you said you found him, but then at another part of the story, you said you didn't see him for days, and that I think she said somebody else found him, or he wandered into the yard or wandered home. Like it really did not flow. Like that story did not flow, and you're trying to make it flow. You are literally trying to make a steak from chicken. I'm sorry, like you can't just throw the chicken in there, throw in some pork, and throw in a little something else, and then say, "Here goes some steak." The story didn't make sense. It really did not make sense. Um, so um, anyway, tactics like that, just to stop and give y'all a little tip. Tactics like that is what people use to try to manipulate others to be on their side. They feel if I'm very adamant about something, if I press on it really, really hard, then people are going to believe me. Because 9 times out of 10, people do. And so that's what she was doing there. Erica was being very abrasive and aggressive because it's going to either do one or two things. Either you're going to believe me or you're going to back up off me. And she got it basically what she wanted. So this goes on. All this happens. And then we have Garcelle tell Erica she's trying to be honest. She's like, look, let's be real here. Anyone, everybody at this table had that thought of, does this impact me in any way? Because let's be honest, we're on a show together. You are telling us this on camera. And when they're writing articles, they're saying Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Are we going to be subpoenaed? And let's think about this. I know everybody can't, everybody don't want to see this, but let's be honest here. I'm a psychologist, right? So when I work with people, people tell me their problems, right? They tell me their problems and what they deal with. If that person goes to court, 9 times out of 10, they're going to give me a subpoena. Why am I subpoena? Well, I'm their psychologist. So they subpoena me because that person tells me information. Let's look at it this way. Anytime somebody robs a store, one of the questions asked was, were they alone? Right? Let's say they were alone, but then they go outside and it's on camera. Hey, they stopped and they talked to somebody. Well, they're going to say, who's that person? And bring them in too. Erica is sitting on camera and she's telling every single one of those women something that's going on either about the case, the relationship, or something like that. So any person with a brain would say, huh, what else did she tell these women? Let's give them a subpoena. It is very possible that they could be subpoenaed for stuff that they don't even know because she's telling them stuff. It's a possibility. You cannot sit here and say that it's a problem because people wonder. Like, I would wonder. And so anyway, so Garcelle tries to get her to see that Erica don't want to see it. Okay, you don't want to see it. That's fine. You don't have to see it, but don't sit here and act like it's just a far fetched thing that can't happen. So Erica's crying and telling them, "Look at me. Why are y'all basically badgering me?" This is what I'm gonna say. If you're feeling badgered right now, find a way not to hang with some of the people. Hang with the folks who don't badger you. Hang with them. And just don't go to group functions. And I'm not saying I should step out the group. I'm not saying get out the group. But until you're in a position where you can deal with it, and this is for anyone, until you're in a position where you can deal with something, just find ways to separate yourself from the crazy. But yeah, so that was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It was good. I enjoyed it, and we are going to see what's going to happen next week as it shall continue. See you guys again, and thank you for watching my review. Bye bye.